and more serious reflection. I'm listening to somebody speak about the different courts in heaven and the process for appearing in these courts, jurisdictions, stuff like that. And this insight popped up, which of course I ask in question form because this is not a scripture that I'm reading somewhere. If you read the scripture interpreted in Christendom, mainstream Christianity talks about wickedness residing in the heart and the sin is all in the flesh. So I'm just opening myself to the possibility that those words might not have been interpreted appropriately, because the insight that I was given doesn't invalidate those scriptures. But it was, the breath of life is what animates our bodies. That breath is the Spirit of God. That's God in us, our soul in the body. And so if the body knows that it's a spirit that animates it, that there's an awareness there, because the bodies were given to us to protect us outside of Eden. Animal flesh, animal skins. We're given animal skins. Adam and Eve were to protect them outside the Garden of Eden. Most people think like that's fig leaves, and maybe God slaughtered a goat, tanned the hair, and put clothes on Adam and Eve. Like, trust me. That's just such a cute little illustration. Like, dress up. No. So if there's an awareness, especially like those of us who have been disassociated through trauma, we very well could have isolated a personality to the physical body. Figure, I was pleading as a child, I wanted to be a nun. And so there could be a consciousness stored in my physical body that is rebelling against me for not subjecting myself to God. I can take all of the herbs, all of the medicinal food, all the mainstream pharmaceutical prescribed medications, surgeries, all of that, and not be physically healthy because I haven't subjected my body, its consciousness, my spirit, on behalf of my body, with my body, to God's laws and commandments and relationship therein. So that could be the struggle with my smoking too. Because God can take the urge to do that right away, and I felt it. Like, cigarettes aren't even important to me till I get into some frame of mind, or I want to. It's the habit that moves me into a meditative, reflective state of mind. That crutch can be taken away. That I won't need it. But I haven't fully subjected my body to observing. Herbie the love bug, boo boo. To things like the Shabbat, the Sabbath, Friday sundown, to Saturday sundown. Sorry, I forget I have to finish my sentences. Figure everybody knows what that means, but everybody doesn't. So, because we're told what goes into a body is not what makes us unclean. and unhealthy. It's what comes out of the heart. And my heart, is clinging to but. And but is an argumentative word. You could say, however, you could say, I'd also like to include and factor in such and such perspective. To say but is to totally invalidate and nullify everything that you said before that. That's what but is. It's like, that's good. But we're throwing that out the window and we're putting this in its place. That's not always the best policy. So that's just a perspective, a little, because I've experienced miraculous healing. I was declared by doctors like a miracle. There was no way in any other realm of possibility. They knew they hadn't done it. They had been pumping medications into me. My entire digestive system had shut down. That's what happened. And my body wasn't even absorbing the water. It was that came through the IVs. It was just storing it between the layers of skin. So I was still dehydrated. Feeding tube, my body refused to absorb any calories, any vitamins, any minerals. I was stuck, looking like something that came out of a concentration camp, under 100 pounds, which for me, I'm normally 170, 180. You know what I mean? Like 5'6". I was 5'7"-ish before I got older and shrunk my spine. But with this realization, who knows? I might be built up and gain height again. I'm not attached to height. So, anyways, this could be helpful to somebody else, especially if they've gone through the disassociation thing. And it could be true that even for somebody who hasn't gone through disassociation, that maybe the body rebels against us because it knows we're off track and we're not giving credit where credit is due. Uh-oh.